It's unique in several respects. One is that it was organized and chartered for the purpose of promoting segregation and to keep the races separate with respect to legal education, because the powers that be did not want African Americans going to UNC Law School. And following a U.S. Supreme Court decision which said that if you did not have an institution professionally for the training of African Americans in the state, then you had to admit African Americans to those previously all-white institutions, and the General Assembly felt that the way to save the old segregation South was to create the law school here. So that was the beginning of that. But I was always intrigued with the notion that what was meant for bad turned out to be for good, because those individuals who took over the leadership of this institution sought to prepare attorneys to go out and fight the very thing that this institution was designed to do. And so you had a host of attorneys graduating from this law school that led the fight against Jim Crow, led the fight against segregation and racial bias in the state. And they did a great job opening up the state to a more broader and inclusive notion. So I was always intrigued with that notion and the idea that that African Americans could be trained to go back into communities which were underserved at the time, overpopulated with problems and issues and concerns, and didn't have legal representation or legal talent around them, that this law school could prepare people to fill that void. And it did. And over the years, it expanded its reach, not because it sought necessarily to do so, but because other races recognized the value that this law school provided, and then they began to seek out admission to the law school, since the law school has never discriminated against anyone on the basis of race or anything else. And so we have always been the most diverse law school in the country, and continue to occupy that position. So those are the things that kept me here and kind of cemented my presence at the institution.